Hey, I'm Thomas. I'm a full stack engineer in the editor team, and I wanted to show you my progress on the new editor injector. So we decided that we are going to package the web IDE, more or less. It's not full web IDE, just web assets in the workspace itself temporarily. What I mean by temporarily, there is several issues related to connecting the web IDE with the workspace. Matching versions, some security concerns that we will need to go through. And in the meantime, it's already going to be possible to access the workspace directly through the workspace link. So I've created an injector. This is the documentation, and what is the difference is that we have packaged in the static assets. Now there are two ways of accessing the injector, the VS Code editor inside of the workspace. And the two ways are either you go directly to your workspace URL in a browser, then you use both the static assets and the extension server, or you are going through Web IDE, and then the Web IDE assets that are loaded on your browser live separately from the VS Code backend from the extension server. And I'm now going to start a workspace, and I'm going to show you both of those ways of accessing that workspace. There is an issue with accessing the workspace directly, and that's missing. There is an access issue where we can't download static assets from parts of the VS Code server. I'm not sure where the issue is. I'm going to be working on that next. So we'll open the URL. This is to be expected. There are self-signed certificates, and this forbidden is to be expected as well, because we need to pass in both now the folder. The folder, usually we used to pass it here when we were initializing the web IDE, the folder and the password. And this way. Oh yes, that wouldn't work. And now we will, so this is the problem that I was talking about, and we can't load things like icons or these images or definitions of syntax highlighting, which is the biggest issue in my opinion, and that's why I'm going to be focusing on that next. So you can see we can open, I don't know, Docker file, but it won't get highlighted because when we are downloading the highlighting definition, it somehow fails. So that's accessing the workspace directly. Now let's show you how we can access it through the web IDE still. So I'll change the URL here, and I start the web IDE. And it will take a little while. These are the asset requests that are getting blocked I'll have a look why it's happening, but you can see that the files are loaded again, and yet again the syntax highlighting is now broken. What I want to show you last is that the terminal will still work in both of those cases. So live demos. It did work. I think that something happened to my workspace. Anyway, the key takeaway is that at the moment it is possible to connect to the workspace two ways, either from the URL or from Web IDE. We are going to deprecate this bare URL version very soon once we have fully functioning integration with Web IDE. And that's all. Thank you.